Hello, Scream Demons, and welcome to the Screams from the Basement podcast with Sam and Casey. I am one of your creepy co-hosts. I am Casey.
I'm Sam the Damned, and let's get screamin'.
Fantastic Fest is celebrating 20 years of genre-bending and industry-defining cinema with this year's festival taking place September 18th through the 25th in Austin, Texas. And on this episode, we are joined by the co-writers of the upcoming Animal Attack thrill ride Coyotes, Tad Daggerhart, and Sam's all-time favorite director, Nick Simon.
See that?
Coyotes tells Coyotes tells the story of a family trapped in their Hollywood Hills home, fighting for survival during a California wildfire, while also being on the run from rabid coyotes. This film stars Justin Long, Kate Bosworth, and is directed by Colin Minahan. Please join us in welcoming Coyotes co-writers Nick Simon and Tad Daggerhart to the basement. Tad, Nick, how are you guys doing? Thanks for being here.
We are well.
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So Coyotes, this movie, as we're recording this, the poster just dropped today, the trailer just dropped today. It's premiering at Fantastic Fest in a matter of weeks. When this comes out, it will already have premiered. What is Coyotes, guys? What and how did this project come about? How did you two end up writing this movie?
Well, it's exciting that today is the day that the trailer came out. So you guys actually were able to watch the trailer and see the poster and see all the stuff that came out with it. The story. How do we start the story? Like the story, the idea for the script came like 12 years ago. During a Santa Ana windstorm that knocked out power in my house when I was living in Silver Lake with my wife before we had children, and I remember our gate being like jammed, like the emergency release on the gate wouldn't open. And so this is before like Uber Eats or any of those things. And I remember like you could look out the window and see the power and all the power was out. It was out for 3 days. I remember looking out the window going like, oh, you can see where the power grids are coming back on. And after like day 2, it's like, it's still not coming back on here. And winds were crazy every night. And I remember like walking my dogs, and by like day 2, the California, and Tad will attest, like there's a lot of coyotes and amongst a lot of other wildlife in the city. And I remember like walking my little dogs, I have the little terrier mutts, and they all of a sudden, like, we were just being followed home by coyotes one day. And they were much more like brazen when there's no electricity. I don't know why, but it just felt like, oh God, what if something really bad happened? Because they can jump over like fences. They're very, very agile. And that's where the idea came from. And then, 12 years ago, I wrote several drafts of it and couldn't figure it out. And it's one of those things, I'm a digital hoarder. So I put things in folders and forget about them. And then Tad and I, during the WGA strike, everybody was trying to figure out what we could do. What could we work on? What could we write on spec? What could we have ready to go when the strike is over? And I don't know, one of the times Tad and I were in the sun marching around,
I think we're trudging around. We're either trudging around Disney or Warner Brothers during the 7-year strike, and we just started talking about ideas, and he brought that one up, pitched it to me.
Because the good ideas, I always thought it was a good idea, and for some reason, you don't forget the ideas that are good, right? At least the ideas that I think are good, like those are the ones that still come back to you, and you're like, that was always a cool idea. I think we never figured it out. And I pitched it to Tad, and then you're like, that's a good idea. I'm like, okay. So then I dug up the script, reread it for the first time in 12 years or 10 years, however long it's been, and was like, oh man, we got to just completely rewrite it because it's not. It was a really like serious. It was like brooding, and like all the characters were really. It
was a downer. It was a downer.
Like one of the, like the kid was like a kid who was in like, he was like hooked up to a ventilator. It was really depressing. But it was very.
The mother was like this. The mother was this alcoholic. And,
yes, and she was the reason. She was the reason why the kid was in the
very unlikable.
It was. They're all. That was what I call like when I was writing that. All that script originally came out during my what.
It was like pre-Ari Aster,
No, it was
like pre-Ari Aster. It was like grief, trauma porn.
It was definitely
Coyotes.
Well, and I feel like it's funny. I think Girl in the Photographs is very funny, but like it was right around this. It was right before that. It was right around the same time I was writing the original Coyote. It was right on the same. So you can kind of imagine that it was there were a bunch of wildly unlikable characters that were being attacked by coyotes, and you're just like, God, I hope these coyotes eat these people. Anyway,
Well, you're right what you know, right?
Yeah. I must have been a miserable prick back then. So you kind of right, and I've been friends with Tad now for years because I was a friend of my buddy Tommy Mahoney, who's a producer I worked with on Girl in the Photographs and some other movies. Sent me a script that Tad wrote, which I loved, and I was sort of attached to direct it for a while. We never really got it off the ground, but like him and I like been friends since that I read that script, and his writing is really incredible, and he's one of my favorite writers. I'd read a script and went, I have no notes on this, and this is really fun. So then when we came down to like, how do we make this a project that is likable, I talked to Ted, and we wrote it very quickly. What, like 4 months, 3 months, and then we rewrote it from scratch.
I think you did a draft. I don't know. It was during the strike. Pencil down. You did it during the strike.
Everybody was. We weren't selling anything. I'm pretty sure everybody was writing stuff. It's just that nobody was getting paid for it.
You did a draft, and then you sent it to me, and then I did a draft, and we were just kind of like, okay, this is good. And we started sending it out, and we got a couple bites really quickly. Like I think you sent me the draft January 24. I was done with my draft by the end of January. We were sending it out by beginning of February, and by end of February, early March, we had a producer ready, sending it to financing companies.
And then they shot it. They were shooting in October. Yeah, October, November. So
it's funny. You guys think like the most recent California wildfires played a part in people being like, "Oh, this is timely. This is topical of something that, hey, we can push this out to audiences as something timely, topical to put out there."
I don't necessarily think so. I mean, because listen, the fire season here is every year.
Yeah.
So this past year, they were certainly very tragic and a lot more overwhelming and massive based on weather patterns and all sorts of situations you can't control. So the devastation was a lot greater this year than I think normal, because it was hitting like urban areas. And normally it's like 10,000 acres of the forest, right? So, but like we're all familiar with waking up in the morning and like, oh, you open your window, it smells like a campfire.
Yeah.
There's smoke and ash in the air. So like that's all. I don't think anybody here is going to be like, oh, that's very timely. And at the same time, I don't think I hope they're not going to be like, oh, these guys are trying to cash in on the devastation.
And to be honest with you, that part, and the fire has always been a very minimal part of the script, for sure. And I don't think it's that big of a part of the movie either. Like the windstorm knocked out the electricity, because the basically what happened in our neighborhood was a power line went down or whatever it was, or a tree went down and knocked down a power line, and then that's what knocked out power in like a third of LA at that time or whatever it was. So like the fire element to this is really more is actually not even natural disaster started. It was always a part of it, but it was just like another thing that added to it. It was never about a fire. It was more about the winds knocking the electricity out, and they were up in the hills and they were stuck, and then nobody could get up there and help them,
And the fire forces them, to have to leave their home, because otherwise their house is going to burn down. So they're kind of, they're trapped between their house burning down around them and having to run out into the mouths of the coyotes.
Yeah.
So is that kind of where you guys decided to do, because like this is an eco-horror movie, but it's two very different facets of eco-horror. You've got, Mother Nature and the storm and the fires, but then you've also got coyotes coming at you from the other side. Was it ever just kind of a conscious decision to be like, well, like Mother Nature can kill you in multiple different ways. Let's combine a few, One of the movies I think about is Crawl, where it's like, there's gators, but there's also a hurricane, and you've got both of those elements kind of compressing. And I love movies like that,
I don't know that there was a conscious effort that we were distinguishing between the two, because I think, like with Crawl, one is cause and one is effect.
Right.
and
Yeah.
they're just tied. They're interlinked so tightly that
Yeah.
it's part of the same whole.
Mhm.
So I don't think we were like, okay, because of we didn't feel like we had to explain, oh, because of fires, coyotes are going crazy. I mean, and
Right.
there are other
Yeah.
elements in the movie too as to why the coyotes are going crazy. But that was all just sort of part of the same fabric.
Okay. Okay.
Without
So
spoiling
now,
the
Nick, you kind of mentioned earlier, like you had a really like super dark tone for this when you first wrote this 12 years ago or whatever. When did you guys kind of switch up the tone a bit from more of a straightforward, serious, darker tone horror movie to a little bit more lightheartedness?
Well, I think I'm a different, like everybody, you're different. You're a different filmmaker. You're a different writer.
Yeah.
In a different parts of your career, you're just different. So like, I feel like I'm a better writer now than I was back then. Also, but like, I also just feel like I read that now, going like, what? Why is this so depressing? Like, oh my god! I remember it, like, I don't think Tad didn't even read it. I think I told you not to read it. Like, I don't know if you need to read this because like the pitch I had was what we kind of went off of when I restarted it. I'm like, that's what we need to do. Is like, did you read the original draft? Did you look at it, or did I just walk you through it? I don't remember if you even read
Yeah,
it.
no, because I read it and then I wrote like a little document on what it should be.
Yeah, because we talked
You
about it.
know,
I mean, we talked about the pitch while we were just walking around on strike. Like we're like, it feels like it could be this and it could be this and like, and again, we were just looking for something to, to work on because everybody wanted to have something ready to go out with when the strike was over. So we were like, we should have it ready to go, and and it wasn't quite ready to go when we were done, but like it was. I think a couple months after that we finished it, but like it was. I don't know. I think that I know the way Tad writes, and I think we write similarly. I guess is that the right word I'm looking for, in a sense where I think without actually, you have to kind of read one of his scripts to understand what I'm talking about. They're very fun to read and they're very funny. And then once we kind of wrapped our, knew that was going to be the tone, we sort of leaned into that tone. And Tad's really good at that. He's really good at writing that kind of horror comedy kind of, even stuff that it wouldn't normally be funny. And I feel like I speak sarcasm like a second language, so I feel like we're kind of very similar minded in that way.
thanks.
How much time did you guys spend time on set while this was filming, or was this kind of you passed the script off and now you've kind of been, I know you guys have seen like cuts of the movie and things like that, but how hands-on were you on actual like production?
I was down in Bogota while they were shooting. Um, so I was there for I guess maybe 3 weeks
Yeah, you were there for
while
a
they
while.
were
Nice.
shooting outside Bogota. So I don't know how I wasn't really hands on, but I was there. I
Yeah,
don't.
that's awesome.
Uh, I'm very much of the philosophy when as the writer when I'm on set, I don't get in the way or step on toes. There's we have given you the blueprints, and you liked it enough that you found money and you're making it, and changes are going to occur, and I'm certainly not going to tell the actor like, no, that's not the line.
Right,
If the
right.
actor,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if the actor comes to me and asks, which has happened, I will talk to them about it and help them find what works best for them in that moment as the character. But like as far as I'm concerned, once they have the character's theirs, and
Right.
as long as they're not like we've decided to turn this into a period piece rom com, then they're professionals, and I trust that they're going to do the best that they can with what we've given them. But Bogota was amazing. It was great to be down there. The The Colombian crew was phenomenal. Colin did a great job. You could tell that he was passionate for it. The actors seemed to be having so much fun. Justin and Kate were just having so much fun. It just felt good to. It always feels good to watch it come to life, and especially when it seems like everybody's really enjoying it.
I did not go down there because I'm under the as a director, I always feel like if I'm going on somebody else's set, I'm usually bored out of my mind, and I feel like I'm just like I don't, because Tad's like I'm gonna go. Do you want to go with me? I'm like, no, it's not. I'm not like movie sets are boring. I don't want to go down there. Like, because it's also like, there's the script that you write that you spend an enormous amount of time on as a writer. You spend literally years of your life thinking about this thing and thinking about the story and think about what it is. And then, it's the thing, it's the very core of what filmmaking is. It's a collaborative process. So that you write this thing that you've done and you know what it is. And then if you're not directing, you're moving on to the next stage. And then it becomes the movie that you shoot, whatever they're shooting, and then it becomes the movie that they edit, and then it's the movie that's released, which is even like a fourth step. So like there's so many different things, so many elements to it, and to be honest with you, in a movie like this, I'm really looking forward to just seeing the completed movie, and I really am pretty far away from it at this point. Tad's much closer than I am because he went to set. I think you've watched a few cuts of the movie. I saw an early cut, a very early cut of the film, just to kind of see what was happening with it. And then I've been busy working on another movie. So like, I haven't even had a chance to look at it. So I'm actually really looking forward to going to Austin, next weekend. We're doing it. So whenever this airs, and seeing it just as a fan of the movie. I think the trailer looked great,
Yeah, the trailer looks like a ton of fun. When did Justin Long and Kate Bosworth like sign on to this, and how did that change the whole process, or did that, I don't know, kickstarted it in any way?
Was that Colin's
Maybe
idea?
July. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it might have been Colin's idea, but maybe it was one of the idea. Somebody had the idea, and Nick and I were both like, "Son of a, why didn't we think about that day?"
Out of it, yeah, because everybody circles. There's that thing where, especially before, because at one point they had the script and the producer, and they were shopping around to financing and directors, and they went to a couple of different directors, and they were talking, and then we were like trying to pitch like some actors that would be good just from the script, because you're always thinking about it in those terms. Oh, sorry, my dogs. You always think about it in those terms, like, yeah, what about this person? What about this person? And we never thought of it. I would love to take credit for that. It was our idea to cast Justin Long, but it was not. And we heard about it, and we were like, "Oh my god, that is so brilliant! That is such a good idea," because he's so perfect for that role. And I feel like, and that was where I was very confident that like we can really. He's one actor that will completely understand the tone of what we were going for, because I feel like he gets that, again, it's really an inspired casting, and I'm sad that I didn't think of it. But
well, you guys are both going to be at Fantastic Fest by the time this airs. It's already going on, but is there any other movies you guys are looking forward to watching while you're down there?
Yeah, Black Phone 2, Deathstalker.
Great. Oh, the Deathstalker remake, right? Is that the remake?
Yeah.
I haven't even
From
watched
the director of Psycho Gorman, one of our faves.
Yeah, and the Void.
Yeah.
Tad and I are working with the producer of those VHS movies on a project right now, so I'm kind of excited to see the new VHS Halloween.
Love those.
Ryan Prowse new movie there. I don't know if you guys know Ryan Prowse. He did the movie Low Life. He did one of the segments in VHS 94. His new film is what's it called? Night Patrol, also starring Justin Long randomly.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that. Ryan's another great filmmaker you guys should talk to on your podcast. He's a very.
We're trying, because
like
he also had CM Punk in that movie, and I'm a big wrestling nut. So
yeah, so is he. I will introduce you guys. He's a good friend of mine. So he's great. Yeah, funny.
I don't know. We're not The thing is, we're kind of like down there for a long weekend, so I think we're just going to try to absorb as much as we can in that time period, and hopefully catch a couple good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
That's
that
awesome.
we're only there. We fly in on Friday and fly out on Sunday. Are you there till Monday?
Yeah, there's some.
I'm like all these movies I'm going to try to see, and it's like okay, I'm not. I'm gonna be able to see mine for sure. That's usually what happens, and then you're like, I'm gonna try to get to that, and I'm trying to get to that. But like, you also there's especially with Fantastic Fest. I've never been to Fantastic Fest, but I've heard all the stories about Fantastic Fest, so I'm very excited to just be there to see all of the all the cool other shit that they do, which is I'm really excited to be there. So who knows? I'm gonna hope to see some movies, but I'm also just try to take in all. I've never even been to Austin before, to be honest with you.
Oh wow. Okay, so first time for you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be down there? Over there?
No, unfortunately, we are only doing remote coverage. Next year, we are planning on being there in person and actually seeing some movies. But yeah, we've been covering remote and we've been getting some screeners, and the crop this year is really good. Like
What have you seen?
We've
there's
been
some
living
really cool
vicariously through people like you that will actually be there. So
films. Yeah.
What so far?
Go ahead.
No, good. What have you seen that you liked?
I mean, this is coming out, Casey. This is coming out after all
We
these
can talk
movies.
about it,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can talk about them. Cool. There is a documentary from a filmmaker named Sean Cisterna called Silver Screamers that is all about him doing a. He made a short horror film and enlisted the help of senior citizens through like a government program in Canada to fill out major crew roles. And so it's all about like these senior citizens who are like first time being on a film set, first time doing any of this,
What?
learning film roles and like and coming together to make a movie. I loved it. I thought it was just I teared up a few times, but it's also just a really cool story about the filmmaking process and has quite a few laughs in it too. Some of the seniors they enlist are characters and it's a lot of fun. So that's that's the one that I'm the most excited for people to start seeing. I really loved that one. And then Casey and I we talked to the filmmaking team behind Bad Haircut, which was a really fun horror comedy about a psychotic barber.
Nice.
And yeah, both of those were really good. And we have a few more that I'm still
Imagine don't breathe by way of Jeff Goldblum.
yeah.
That's Bad Haircut.
Yeah, that's Bad Haircut.
All right.
It's yeah,
All right.
it's wild. And we've got a ton more screeners in our inbox that we still haven't even made it through. So
Yeah.
That's
we're,
awesome.
we're going through them and yeah, so far they've been really good. We're excited.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
Silver
Well,
Screamer
we're
sounds
excited. What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah. If you see
Yeah,
like
Silver
one
Screamers.
other movie, check out Silver Screamers. It's
Sounds
seriously good.
incredible. Yeah, that sounds like something I'll probably cry in.
Yeah,
So,
I did
I think it's
multiple
playing the
times.
same day as you guys,
It might
that-
be.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I won't be able to see it, Casey.
like earlier
Well,
in the day.
Wait till it comes
Yeah.
out.
Not at the same time. Sorry, not at the same time. Same day.
It sounds at the exact same time you guys play. Well, Casey, how many
Skip
did
your
you-
movie. Go watch someone else's.
I haven't
No.
seen my movie. Otherwise, I would skip it.
It's playing in your
Well-
theater.
It's in the same theater. That would be great. Yeah,
Well, you
a lot of those films are also playing in Beyond Fest too, which is always kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
because I told Ryan I wasn't sure if I was gonna make his screening or not because we fly in at like 5:30 or something on Friday, and I think his screen's at like 7. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, but he screens in Beyond Fest like the next week or 2 weeks later, so I'll be able to try to get to that.
Well, for everyone interested in watching Coyotes, that is not going to be at Fantastic Fest like us. It is hitting theaters October 3rd, so everybody is going to be able to watch it during the Halloween season. But Tad, Nick, we have one last question to leave you both off with. It's one
Okay.
we leave every interview question off with. We'll ask both of you, if you guys are going to book a double feature where someone watches Coyotes, what other animal attack movie are you guys going to pair with it for a double feature?
Lake Placid.
I like that.
Lake Placid. Yeah.
Lake Placid is one of my all-time
Yeah.
favorites.
Lake Placid
I
is
love
amazing.
that movie.
Love that movie. That's
So
what I would.
if that's the tone you're going for in Coyotes, I am fucking in.
That was
Like,
the tone we were going for. We'll see what
hell
was it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Anaconda.
Yes. Oh my
Okay.
God, another classic.
It's hitting all our buttons, guys.
You guys,
Yeah.
yeah, this is
Placid
making me...
Maybe Anaconda Hunt for the Blood Orchid. But you know,
Like one of the straight to video ones.
one of the straight to videos.
One of
Yeah,
those you go, maybe.
I love that.
I just love
Yeah,
the subtitle.
Nick, I'm surprised you didn't say The Uninvited to watch
Yeah,
with us.
Uninvited, Cat on a Yacht. Come on, eat the rich.
Cat on a Yacht, Coyotes in
That
a
movie is so
wildfire. Come on.
That movie is so crazy. Have you seen Uninvited, Tad? Have we talked about this? You
I
gotta
don't
watch
know if I have.
Uninvited. When did it come out? Like 80,
It was like 88. Yeah.
88?
It's
I
like
thought
late
it, looked
80s.
it looks more like 81, but it
Yeah.
definitely has like George Kennedy in it, right? Like it might be
Yeah.
his last film, which is going to be very sad if it was George Kennedy's last movie. But it is the crazy. I think, is it on Shudder still? It was on
Probably.
Shudder.
Might be.
It's a killer cat on a yacht. It's
It's
incredible.
a killer cat
Yeah.
on a yacht, and it's called Uninvited. I totally forgot about Uninvited. I think I blocked it out now because it is. But I remember watching it. Like I don't know why I started watching it one night. I was just flipping through Shudder, and it's like, what is this? I saw George Kennedy and somebody else is in it. Somebody else kind of like a name, like an older guy name. Like anyway. And I remember going like, huh, what is this? I've never heard of it. And I started watching it. It is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. It is the worst bad horror movie. Like it is crazy. And you're like, you can just tell that George Kennedy's just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like
It's an all-time favorite of mine.
it is.
I love it. It's so fun.
It's definitely like, how did Mystery Science Theater 3000 miss this movie?
Yeah.
But that would have came out around the same time that Mystery Science Theater was like,
Yep.
it wouldn't have been old up. Whatever this newer, version of MST3K is, it would be like, it'd be perfect for that, Yeah, you got to watch
Yeah.
it. It's insane. It is absolutely
It's
crazy.
wild.
That would be a good pairing too, to be honest with you. Maybe. Because our movie would look like, however, our movie's going to look like The Godfather compared to The Uninvited. But like, it's
Oh, there
like,
you go.
it's gonna be.
Oh, see now that's a good approach.
Yeah.
That's a good approach, right? Like, so maybe pair our movie with like, I
Yeah,
don't know, Pumpkinhead 4, Blood and Act.
yeah. Because we got to rethink this pairing. Because now we have to think of it something that makes our movie look much better. So I'm gonna go with The Uninvited,
Right.
Uninvited, and Coyotes. There we go. Gonna look
Amazing.
incredible.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Let us know, both of you, where we can find you online. And then if you guys have anything else coming up that you want to shout out, let us know. Tad, we'll throw it to you first.
I'm just telling them. What is Instagram? I guess. Sorry, I was like, I don't know. Please don't search for me online.
Google. You can Google me.
Google works. I get a
Check
Google
out my
alert if they want
IMDb.
those.
Yeah.
Instagram. Pretty much that's the only social media I nominally use at all. So, but I've got a number of things in the works, but nothing quite lined up at the moment.
Nick, how about you?
Simon367 is my Instagram handle, I guess. I should probably change it to something a little easier. I think I started it with it's just me posting pictures of my kids. Instagram is really the only thing I'm on actively. I think I'm on Facebook too because it links to Instagram. So everything I post on Instagram just goes to Facebook. So it's on both. I'm not on anything else. Those are the two. Oh, I might be on TikTok, but I've never used it just because people send me videos sometimes, and I try to avoid things to be like time sucks,
You've got that OnlyFans account.
I do have an OnlyFans account where you my feet actually. You know what? I'll tell you a quick story. I will tell you a quick story because this is a heartbreaking and yet true story. So his favorite movie of mine is Untitled Horror Movie. He watches it as a comfort movie. He really loves it, which is such a I'm happy that I have an audience of Sam that loves that movie as much as you do, because like I know you. It makes me happy. They released it on Blu-ray last year, and I worked tirelessly to get a audio commentary with all 6 cast members of the original thing, and we recorded it. And there's an entire like 30-minute conversation where nobody is talking about the movie. It's just Claire Holt looking up everybody's ranking on WikiFeed, which is a real thing, and it's like it's in the commentary track, and it might be the funniest commentary track. I mean, we were dying, and like Luke was in a car on his way to Coachella, so everybody was making fun of him. It was like it was the craziest. We turned it all over, and somehow it didn't end up on the Blu-ray at all, and we're really bummed by it, because I'm like, I have this commentary track that is gold with all of the original, all the actors, like everybody showed up for it, and it was like really a nightmare to try to schedule that, you know. But supposedly they're talking about maybe doing a special edition or something someday that they'll put it out. If worst case, I'll just send you guys the audio file so you can listen to it, because it is really funny, and I really wish it would get out there, because it might be my favorite comment. It's definitely my favorite commentary I've been a part of, but it's also the one that I laughed so hard we were crying. I mean, it was really, really funny. But as far as
I feel like there's
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I wanted to talk about commentaries, because I feel like there's 2 types of commentaries that are awesome. There's the one where the director and the writers and the actors are like really like telling you how the movie was made, and you're learning something. And then there's the ones where like Ben Affleck is drunk, or Arnold Schwarzenegger telling you what he's doing on the screen.
Oh my God, you're totally right. There's the David Fincher audio commentaries, right? Those are the ones where you're learning. Yeah. Like the Fincher ones are all amazing. There's an incredible Fincher one where he speaks with Robert Towne as a commentary on Chinatown, which is, if you have not listened to that audio commentary, it's unbelievable. It's really, really terrific, and he asks the best questions, and also R.I.P. Robert Towne, one of the best writers in cinematic history. But then there's the other ones, like where, like you said, Ben Affleck talking about Armageddon and
sitting on Armageddon
I have the
for an hour and a half. Yeah,
I have that Criterion Armageddon, and I've kept that DVD only for that commentary, which is
amazing.
I mean, it's
amazing.
It is.
It is 100 times. I'm pretty sure I bought it for the commentary track. I got it used after I knew it was out there, you know. Yeah. As far as like projects that are coming up, I've directed a film in March and April that is called, at the time it's called Entity Within. I don't know what the title will actually end up being. They're going to probably change it. We don't know. We just locked picture, so we are in post-production right now. Nima Fakrara is doing the music, and hopefully it'll be out in 2026. And other than that, writing a bunch of other stuff. Tad and I are writing some stuff, trying to get the next thing going. So
appreciate you taking the time to hype up Coyotes, and we ourselves cannot wait to see this movie. And yeah, congrats on the Fantastic Fest premiere, and we can't wait to see what you guys do in the future.
Thank you,
Sam, Casey. Thank you for having us. This was a blast.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal: providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.